And this week, guys, I've been talking about how you can be stuck in your chair, got no energy to move, and all of a sudden the phone rings and you're up and about and you're on the balcony and you've got a cigarette in your hand and it all happens automatically. So today I'm going to take you through that sinking feeling right through to the king stage. It's 5 phases of my program. I'm Jack, the trainer from Down Under. I've been training people for over 4 decades. And I've seen hundreds of clients being fearful of getting on the scales. When I was a gym instructor 40 years ago or longer, I used to watch guys come in and see them go into the fitness room in the gym and be fearful of getting on the scales. I've experienced it myself when I was a gym instructor. Guys was worried about getting on the scales. So today I'm going to share you a story of my client, and it's going to help you get your body back, and you're going to discover a couple of secrets like that, really quick things to learn. And it's almost like you're going to cheat your way into your weight loss. You're going to feel like you're cheating. It's going to be so helpful for you. So sit back, get yourself a cuppa. Let's enjoy about 10, 15 minutes where I'm going to share a story of my client and how you're going to get your body back and you never, ever have to fear getting on those scales again. So, have you ever been stuck in that chair? So you're sitting in that chair and you're just kicking back and just being stuck there and you can't move. You worked hard all week and you deserve to sit in this chair. You can't move. Haven't even got the energy to get up and do a squat. And next thing you know, the phone rings. And before you know it, you look at the phone, you can see the name there on the phone. Before you know it, you're outside on the deck. You go to that cupboard, you know what's in that cupboard. It's a packet of cigarettes you leave out there just for this occasion. You don't even smoke. My client didn't even smoke. He's grabbed the cigarettes, he's lighting up a cigarette, and he's doing this. And so, imagine if he went to a trainer. He's probably gone to a trainer before me, and, the trainer would say, do you smoke? Yes. Well, don't smoke. Do you drink? Yes. Well, cut out the smokes. Cut out the drinking. You've probably even gone to a doctor who says the same thing. Cut out the smoking, cut out the drinking. Because that phase is what I call the sinking phase. It's when you're stuck in that sinking phase where you're doing these habits of being controlled by outward forces, like my client, you don't even know what's causing that. And that's not an unusual thing to happen. We're human beings, it's a pattern. So I'm leaning in, I ask him, what's happening when you're drinking? Because most trainers would ask him, do you drink? Yes, and then move on, don't drink. So I'm a bit more curious in that. Yes, I stick to my lane. In no way am I a psychologist, but I want to find out what's going on. So I ask him, when do you drink? He says, I drink this night, that night. I said, where do you drink? He goes, I only drink on the balcony. I said, what do you mean you only drink on the balcony? So I drink on the balcony. I said, what happens on the balcony? He says, I'm talking to a friend. And I start sort of wondering, wow, do you talk to other people when you're on the balcony? No. I only talk to this guy on the balcony. So I lean right in and go, what's going on here? Because this is interesting. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This is the sinking feeling. Because he's stuck on the balcony and he can't, he's almost trapped on the balcony with the cigarette. What's happening? This is very interesting. This is not about the alcohol. This is not about the cigarette. So I've got to find out what's going on. So I've got to lean in and say, what's happening here? And as I'm asking him the questions, he starts to get it. And he gets what I'm writing down right now that I'm going to share with you. He's getting it too. Because now we're starting to do the thinking. Because when you do the thinking, you become the thinking. Once you do the thinking, you become the thinking. And you guys are going to become the thinkings. Because once you do this, it all sort of snaps out. And it snapped out to him just there. And then when I was in the studio with him, I'm training him and I'm asking him questions. He said, I only ever do it when my mate from WA rings. And then he starts thinking. I can almost hear his brain thinking. He starts telling me these things, right? And we're just acknowledging this. It's just a memory. We're not blaming his mate. We're not blaming him. We're just acknowledging the memory here. And what happened with this particular client was he was at uni. He was age 20 at uni. He was in WA. If you don't know, here in Australia down under, WA is on the other side of the world from us. It's probably as big as America in and of itself. So we're in Victoria. He's in WA when he's studying. He's a 20-year-old guy. He's on the deck. He's partying with his mate. He feels young. He feels free. He's talking about girls. He's talking about life ahead, what they're going to do in the future. So what does he do now? Fast forward 40 years, he's stuck with a mortgage, some kids, not stuck, bad words, but he's now with a mortgage, kids, he's got a job, he's got commitments, bank loans, you know, it's a bit different now. So what does he do? He's make calls, he goes out to the deck, he's reliving that memory, he's drinking the memory, he's smoking the memories, their thoughts. There's nothing wrong with those. Let's acknowledge that. So there's nothing wrong with doing that, right? Because he's become the thinking. We've acknowledged what's happening. If you don't do these stages of the King program, you won't get your results, because you'll go to a trainer and they'll say, stop, cut out, stop, cut out. Imagine a trainer says, listen, I want you to cut out drinking. What has that trainer said to that client? Cut out remembering your mate. Cut out the nice thoughts of being in uni. Cut out all these things you used to have when you were young. Now, you can't do that. No amount of willpower, it doesn't matter how strong your willpower is, guys, no amount of willpower or motivation from a trainer is going to get you that. Is going to get you a result if you're saying cut out those memories. You've got to acknowledge them, lean in and really acknowledge them, all right? There's nothing wrong with that, but this is where we're going to do. We're going to get you, as well as doing the thinking phases and the thinking phases, we're going to get you to do what I call, we're going to get you to do thought zappers. So on this particular client, I said to him, what we're going to do is we're going to get you a thought zapper. We're going to put your watch on a different hand. We're going to put one of those rubber bands around your wrist. We're going to change your rings. We're going to get a bracelet here. We're going to get something around you that it's a thought zapper that gets you in the here and now, gets you in the present time consciousness. All right? And once you do that, when the phone rings, and it will ring again, the phone will ring again, and you find yourself, walking out to the balcony, touch your thought zapper and remember where you are. You're in the here and now. Get back in the present time consciousness. Get back in the here and now and say, right, do I want to go out into the deck and pour this glass of wine? He might catch himself about to light up a smoke, touches the thought zapper and goes, hang on a second, I'm going to become the king here. I'm going to be the master of my domain. So he's going to make mistakes and you're going to make mistakes. It's nothing wrong with that. Once you get your thought zapper, as the phone rings, you touch your thought zapper and then you can make a choice. The choices are yours now. Do you go to the balcony with the glass of wine and have a smoke, or do you wait, let the machine go, let the voicemail get the phone call, and then get yourself a glass of water, go out in the deck, enjoy the peace, the fresh air and all that sort of stuff, sit in the deck chair, get your glass of wine, call the mate back, because you're now in charge. You're now the if you like, the master of your domain. You're the king now here in the program. So this is the thinking stage, guys. This comes from the thinking. This comes from the thinking to become the thinking. Once you get the thought zappers and you do the thinking and you're no longer in the sinking phase, we don't want to be in the sinking phase. We get rid of the sinking phase. We're no longer stuck. We get you in the thinking phase. You'll get your results. You'll get your results so fast because you're drinking. You're not consuming alcohol anymore. You're going to enjoy it. And if you want to have the alcohol, then you pour yourself maybe half a glass. But you'll pour yourself the glass and you'll drink it consciously. And you'll tap your thought zapper. And when you're ready, you'll have the glass of wine. And that's the difference between it controlling you and you controlling it. You're becoming a master of your memories and a master of your domain. Because if the phone doesn't control you, you control it. There's a great proverb. I think the brain is a fantastic master, but an awful slave. If you control it rather than it control you. And this is very powerful. This is the sort of stuff we do in the front door challenge. And the front door challenge, every day I get you to walk. And as you're walking, we talk about this stuff. Because no amount of willpower is going to get you to change this. That trainer who says, and it's not wrong. On behalf of all the trainers out there, I apologize for them because they got it wrong. Just saying stop drinking. Yes, of course we're going to encourage you trainers to stop you drinking. We know the unhealthy, negative things of drinking, but just saying stop drinking is not enough. We've got to find out why you're drinking. Why are you smoking? Why are you eating those donuts? Once we find out that, then we can get you results. So on behalf of all the trainers out there, I apologize because they don't know what's going wrong. Okay, it's not just the drink. It's not the phone call. It's not a phone call. It's not your mate in WA. No one's the problem here. These are habits. These are subconscious habits that have been locked in there. We've got to control it rather than them control us. So we do this on the front door challenge. We do this front door challenge where we get you to move every day. You can see it up there in the corner. You can see it back there, over there. We get you to become a front door. You can see it there on the cuppa. We get you to become front door champions where you go out every day, you go for a walk because you get a new training session sent to you every day. And during that training session, we talk about stuff like this and you're going to become front door champions. And the great thing is you lose weight like that. It's so easy because you're going to be in charge of you. You know, the other trainers will tell you to stop smoking, stop drinking, and you'll do that for a day, a week or 2 weeks, and then you're back on it again. That's not what we want you to do. And the great thing is, once you do that, we go through the next stage. We've done the sinking phase. We acknowledge the sinking phase. We start doing the thinking phase, and then we do the walking phase. And then the fourth part of it is the bulking phase. And the bulking part is really fun, right? Because either you do it at home and you do the training at home, or you go and join a gym. But this time when you go to a gym, you're not going to the gym and going that room and get told to weigh yourself and feeling guilty, right? You go in there possibly about 5-10K lighter. You're feeling fantastic. You know what you need to do. You know how easy it is to lose the weight. And you're going there and now you're going to put on the muscle. And when you do the muscle stuff and do the bulking phase, you're going to be feeling fantastic because you've got the confidence and you'll go back. And not only will you go back 1, 2, 3, maybe 5 times a week, because if you go back earlier and you're still in the sinking phase, you feel guilty. The trainer gives you exercises. You feel guilty. You're worried about getting on the scales and you don't want to turn up. You feel embarrassed. I've seen it, guys. I've trained people. I've been in this industry for over 4 decades. I've seen it happen. You come, you join the gym, we don't see you again. Ever. All right? When my clients come and they join the gym and they stay there, I've got clients I've trained for over 20 years. I've got people who've done the front door challenge and they don't have to join the gym at all. Okay? Your choice. Right? But you choose to get off that couch. And when you get off that couch, you go back to the couch next night and go back to the couch next night. Or you become the master of your domain. Because when you go back to the gym and you're 10K lighter and you do the bulking phase, you get your success because it just keeps going and going and going. You get success and you don't feel guilty ever again. And I mentioned there's 5 phases of this program. So the fifth phase is the most best part because you see that scroll underneath there. That scroll there, and I'm going to write it down here. This is possibly the best part of the program. We change the shape of the whole community. Because you'll start changing and your relationship with your kids start changing, your relationship with your friends and partners start changing, relationship with your work starts changing, and you change the whole community. And then you're no longer, sinking, you're no longer just thinking about it and getting through that stage. You're doing the walking, you've done the bulking phase, and then you do the talking phase. And the talking phase is when you start spreading the word and it changes. We create a ripple effect. It changes the whole community one man at a time. And this is awesome. You'll start telling your mates. You'll do the talking. You'll be tall. You'll be standing tall, but you'll also be talking about it. And we're going to create a whole ripple effect that changes the whole community. And that's the 5 phases of the program we do here in the men's movement. And I almost guarantee it, no other trainer's doing it like this. And now you've discovered it, you'll go, wow, how easy it is. And when I said to you, the thought zappers are amazing. Put your watch on the other hand and start doing this program, guys. You'll do the sinking phase, the thinking phase. You can't not do the program unless you do that. We have to do that. And that's what we do in the 30-day walking phase. And then you do the bulking phase. And if you need to align yourself with the gym, we'll help you align with the gym and help you get that gym. And we'll talk to the guys in the gym and to help get them and to get you a better result. And then you'll do the talking phase. And that's the 5 programs of the program, of the 5 programs of the King program. So on behalf of all the trainers out there, I apologize for them getting it wrong. And when you're ready, get onto the front door challenge. But before you even do that, don't forget you can get a copy of my book right over there. Just if I do this right now, the book's just in the corner over there. Scan that QR code and get a free copy of my book right now for doing nothing. That's a little exercise you can do right now. So we'll get you back, and you'll never, ever have to worry about getting the scales again, guys. We'll see less of you next time. Take care. Cheers.
You've been listening to The Men's Movement. Look forward to seeing less of you next time.